You know what that is? That is snow right there. That is snow coming down into the valley. Look at this view. Oh. Welcome back to the Diabadass Tour, everyone. This is Erik Douds, and we are going to dive into Salt Lake City today. And we're going to meet 4 different people, type 1 diabetics, or someone involved in the diabetic community. And if you are kind of like me and don't know where Salt Lake City was, let's dive over to the map right now and check it out. And so you'll see that we started in San Francisco, went to Sacramento, and then took that long Amtrak train across Nevada and ended up in the middle of Utah. And this was my first time actually in Salt Lake City, and what's so incredible about the surroundings here is that it's just mountains everywhere you look.
There are stains on your photo, little cracks on your rusty frame. Stuck in the muddle, but it's okay. I don't have the pieces of your home buried in the flashbacks of these wicked nightmares.
But the first person we met is Blake Collins, and he does a pretty amazing job at introducing himself.
Should I look at the camera? My name's Blake, and I grew up in Minnesota. Diagnosed with diabetes when I was 13 years old, which I feel like was young enough to know what was going on, but also kind of just move into it without really being too upset about it. I'm just like, well, this is life now, so I got to do this. Woo!
The story's blowing us away.
I attended Camp Needlepoint. It's an ADA camp for kids with type 1. Went rock climbing outside for the first time at that camp, and I always loved climbing trees and being outside, and rock climbing was this is so cool, I need to do this.
So it's cool, I'll leave Blake's information below, but he's really trying to get into leading trips for type 1 diabetics who are interested in canyoneering, bouldering, rock climbing. So reach out if you happen to be in the area, just want to go on an adventure or do something really just with him as a group. He is an awesome guy. And leaving the lunch place that we went to is food for thought, is that we went out with Chad and Lisa. So Chad happens to work with Michael's friend Peter. He lives out in the Hamptons. He was actually part of the vlog way earlier. Peter and I are glasses twins, so... And so Chad, we kind of had a black market exchange in the back of his trunk, had a bunch of the Aspire frames, so I tried on a pair of those. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And then we went to Red Iguana, which you can watch me butcher the name right here. Alright, we are outside the famous Red Iguana. Read that wrong. Red Iguana with Chad and Lisa, Peter's friends, here in Salt Lake City, and it's a blast. And so we're about to try on some frames, eat some delicious lunch, and things should be great. This place is also insanely busy. I've never been outside a Mexican place that has so many people waiting in line for lunch. So we're all getting hungry. Things are great. It's beautiful. Once again, so gorgeous. And yeah, having fun. Now, something that surprised me about Salt Lake City is I wasn't expecting to have Mexican food, but after that delicious meal, the place was packed, is that we went around the city a little bit, and then Chad took us to the JDRF office. Alrighty, stopping by the JDRF here in Salt Lake City, which is kind of adorable because it looks like a house. Super tiny team, and the third person we're gonna meet is Mike. And he told us about smart insulin, and this is some of the research happening in Salt Lake City. Is smart insulin is glucose-enabled insulin, if that makes sense. So basically, imagine you didn't have to worry about having a pump or anything. You just took a shot in the morning, and then anytime you ate, the insulin was basically automatically enacted and kept your blood sugars perfect. It sounds like the crazy future, but apparently Eli Lilly's getting behind this, and I hope we get to learn a lot more about that. But then Mike really told me about something beautiful that JDRF does, and that's the bag of hope.
So this is a bag of hope. So each newly diagnosed kid that we see at the hospital gets one of these.
Nice.
And inside it has Rufus. Do you not know who Rufus is?
I've seen Rufus.
I've seen Rufus. I didn't know this is where he comes from.
Oh! Logan, you can practice giving him injections.
So
He has
cute.
injection sites and CGM sites,
Oh.
so you can do some practicing on him. One cool thing
Oh,
that's
that'd
new
be
too
very
is you get a demonstration practice glucagon pen.
That is so important.
Yeah,
That,
'cause,
jeez.
you know, you don't want to waste it. You get some measuring cups, glucometer, and lots of great little books, hardcover books.
So leaving the office, Mike's previous job was in like making signs, which explains their awesome blue sign. And that is when I got connected with Matt Ball, who you guys should recognize if you've been following this channel. He was guest number 1 on Casual Conversations. Welcome to the beginning of the Diabadass interview series that will maybe happen in the car all the time. But here with Matt Ball in Salt Lake City. He is a 670G user. He's got some awesome tattoos. And then he taught me another shocking thing about Salt Lake City, which is you can get lobster there at Freshies. Alright, well, Utah's obviously known for lobster rolls. That's what Matt's bringing us here for. So it's gonna be delicious, but flown out from Maine. Matt's not disappointing here. Alright, beat me. But highly recommend when you're in a landlocked state to try lobster. Check out their lobster rolls. The owners there happen to actually be from Maine, moved to Utah, opened up their restaurant, which is always packed. It is awesome, and Matt and I ended up doing a bunch more adventures. We checked out the Olympic Village, which I think in 2012 they hosted the Olympics there. They got a lot of the cool masks, the ox signs, some of the uniforms, some of the ramps there. Alright, we'll see how windy it is with Matt here. And we're at Salt Lake City, or Utah's Olympic Park. And so, yeah, he says in high school he used to go off these jumps and just land in the pool back here. Totally kidding, he's from Florida originally. And we checked out the actual salt flats that make Salt Lake City. Woo, got some embers shooting out there on a snowy day, and got some amazing photos because that's also what Matt loves to do. Alright, in case you're unaware, I'm pretty sure Matt just pulled over in a random location and just got out of the car, so dropping my diabetes stuff. So yeah, we're just like right on the side of the highway and Matt just pulled over and said this is kosher. So these are, this is the Salt Lake of the Great Salt Lake. Woo! We're gonna hit up the buffet, see if we come away with some money, and yeah, we're in Nevada now. Alright, serious adventuring here with Matt. Did not know we were going to a different state today. Wasn't really quite sure about the casino. I think he did warn me about that, but overall in 2 days we went 500 miles in a car, ate lobster, saw salt flats, and I don't know. Also the Olympic Village. Basically formed a friendship that could last a lifetime here in 3 days. So Salt Lake City, you've been amazing.